What's up, YouTube? It's Mike here. I'm in the Apple Store in Vegas. Woo! Jessica's here with me. This is awkward just talking to the camera in front of everyone, but we're gonna go to the Luxor soon and go see Chris Angel. We leave tomorrow morning, which sucks because I'm having so much fun here. But yeah. All right. Well, that's it for now. I'm gonna go. I'll have nothing to talk about later.
So today's going to be a little bit different. I hope you guys enjoyed that Apple Store video I made back in 2008 when I was 17 years old. My family and I were on a trip to Las Vegas, and I remember we were in the Caesars Palace Mall and I saw the Apple Store, and I had never been inside an Apple Store before actually because my hometown at the time did not have one. And I remember making my parents go inside. At the time, I remember seeing all of these YouTubers go into Apple stores, make a little video and post it on the internet. And it just unlocked a memory seeing that video again. You don't really see that too much today, especially like at the level that it was back then. Like if you weren't on YouTube between like 2006 and 2009, you may not remember, but when I tell you every creator at the time, if you were near an Apple store, you made a video and you put it on the internet. And it just had me start thinking about the early YouTube days, just how like pure and cool it was back then. I do get so nostalgic for like 2000s internet culture. It's ridiculous. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the Apple stores are cool. I mean, you guys know, you guys see my vlogs. If I am in the neighborhood where there's an Apple store, I'll usually go in it just to kind of, I don't know, feel the vibes. Maybe I need to buy a little accessory or something. The original Apple Store opened in 2001, and Steve Jobs really wanted a retail space where people who knew about Macs, knew about their products. If you remember at the time, in like early 2000s, Windows was dominant. You know, Mac was very niche. It was very alternative. For the most part, most people didn't have it. My family didn't have a Mac at home. I wish we did. We always had like the one family Windows computer in the computer room when the internet was like specifically a place in your house. But I remember at school in our computer lab, we always had Macs, especially when I was like in elementary school. That was like really when I fell in love with Apple products, and then I got an iPod and then I was just locked in. The Apple Store was a place for many people to experience an Apple device for the first time. And so the culture, especially in those early days of the Apple Store, was very much a come in, hang out, get your hands on them, see what it's actually like to use Apple products. People would go in to check their MySpace, check their email, chat with their friends on AIM. Apple stores were really only located in major cities, usually within the bounds of a shopping mall as well, versus kind of like those big retail spaces that they have today, like Union Square in San Francisco or Fifth Avenue in New York City. And another thing people would do at the Apple Store would be to make videos. Just like the video you saw of me at the beginning, I went into the Apple Store, I opened up Photo Booth, I made a little recording. After I finished, I emailed the video to myself, and then when I got to my computer later, I uploaded it to YouTube. I even remember, because I didn't want any like of the employees or any other customers in the store to see that I was recording a video, so I would have like apple.com or something open, and I would have that covering the photo booth window just so nobody knew I was recording, even though I was like talking to myself pretty much.
I'm actually pretty sly, and I'm covering up the photo booth that's recording this video right now with a window, so no one knows I'm talking to myself or to you guys.
It was a different time. It was a different time. People were not used to people talking to a camera or vlogging. That wasn't really like a mainstream term at the time yet. In fact, I remember when I was at the Apple Store, I think it was in that first video I showed you, somebody was actually in there burning a playlist from iTunes onto a CD just right there in the Apple Store. So it was really free for all. You could come in and really do whatever you wanted. YouTube was also a very different place back then than it is now. I joined YouTube. I made this channel in 2005, the year that YouTube was launched. So I've been on this site pretty much the whole time. But back then, YouTube was way more kind of chill, raw, DIY. It was really just people opening up their computers, turning on their webcam, clicking record, and really just talking about whatever you wanted. You know, there was no scripts, there was no lighting and mics and all this high production value. Maybe if you were like one of the top YouTubers, you had like a green screen and a flip camcorder, but even then that's nothing like the setup that creators now have, which is cool. It was just a very different Wild West era. People didn't really know what YouTube was gonna be, or that you can even like have a career out of posting videos to the internet. All of that was still so new at the time because it was just people talking. It was just people wanting to find community. The original YouTube slogan was broadcast yourself, and it was very much that quite literally. You know, there was no thumbnails, no monetization, no SEO, no algorithm. You literally would subscribe to your favorite creators, and what you were shown on the homepage was your new videos from your subscriptions. All we did know was that YouTube was becoming the digital hub for video on the internet. YouTube's culture and the Apple Store culture kind of blended perfectly, just this kind of digital technology playground, creative space. Oh, did you come to say hi? Look who came to say hello. Say hi to the internet, Poodle. Aw. Say hi, YouTube. Okay, go. Oh, it's raining.
I lost track of what I was talking about. You ruined my vlog flow. Okay?
But anyways, now I would like to hear from you. Were you on YouTube back in the day? And if you were, who were some of your favorite creators? Do you prefer or do you miss how YouTube was back then versus now? And also, if you were on YouTube back then, did you make an Apple Store video? And if you did, is it still online? I want to see it.
That's all I'm gonna say. Subscribe if you think I'm cool. Follow me on the Twitter. And I will see you guys later.